Hello, I'm Tracey Christensen, your host on Community Connection. During the month of December, many people in our community think about ways that we can give back to those who are in need. Today, I'm joined by Major Richard Green from the Salvation Army, and he's here to talk about some of the programs the Salvation Army has going on at this time of year.
Yes.
Welcome, Major Green.
Well, thank you for having us, Tracey. We're glad to be able to speak to the public.
Well, it's an exciting time of year, and I know when your group is really busy.
It's very busy, yes.
And I'd love for you to tell us a little history about how the Salvation Army became in the first place.
In the first place. Well, actually, it was back in 1865 when William Booth was the general superintendent of the Christian mission, and they were producing a annual report to tell the public about what they had done. And it said, there was a phrase in it that said, a volunteer army of committed laymen. And William Booth said, no, we're not volunteers, we're a Salvation Army of committed laymen. And so the name stuck, and so the general superintendent became the general, and we became officers and soldiers and members working together.
That's a great story. And what do you do at Christmas time? A lot of us are really familiar with the red kettles.
Yes, the red kettles.
So that's part of it. Let's talk about that.
Yes, actually they started in 1898 in San Francisco when they had a dock fire and 3 of the fishing boats were destroyed, and the fishermen who normally lived on those boats were living at the Salvation Army mission. And the officer was afraid that he wasn't going to have enough food to keep the men fed, so he put a soup cauldron out in front of the mission and put a big sign on it that says, keep the kettle boiling, expecting to get vegetables, and lo and behold, they started throwing money in, and so that's how our Christmas kettles came about.
What a great story.
It really is. It's a great time. It's a great fun time for families too. You know, it's amazing how many people you haven't seen, and until you sit one place for 2 hours ringing that bell, you meet all those people that you haven't talked to in 6 or 8 or 12 months, and it's great fun.
You'll see them. And how is that for the volunteers, that job of standing there and ringing that bell? What kind of feedback
Actually,
do you get?
it is very much work. It really is work. It's not an easy task to stand out in the cold and on cement. And just greeting people back and forth, it really is a hard job. It takes a unique personality to be able to do that. Somebody who really wants to be there, is outgoing, wants to meet people and greet people, and that's neat.
And what do you want us to know about where that money goes? All
of that money is spent here in the Salt Lake Basin. All of it that's raised is spent here in the Salt Lake Basin. We use it to help the families that we help with. I have 6,000 children on my Christmas list, and 1,800 seniors, all that we're trying to get gifts for and supply needs for this Christmas season. And the money is used for that. We have our food boxes and our meals that we do all year round, but especially at Christmas time, things seem to get really busy with all those activities and services.
That's great. That's a lot of people to serve. So you mentioned the activities that you do year round. What else does the Salvation Army do?
Well, we have, of course, our character building activities. We have a lot of people that come to us. You know, we have a music group that comes, and I'm really desperately in need of a guitar teacher or a piano teacher, but we
that's good, get it out there.
But the kids come to us, and we try to get a teacher. I have a drum instructor from the University of Utah who comes in and teaches drums to the kids.
Oh, great.
And then during the week, as they're there, we've got the people who are working with the drum instructor, so they help the kids to practice. A lot of times I think that, you know, we're like the parent. Most of our children that we deal with, you know, their parents are working hard just to try and make ends meet, just to try and get the family fed. So we try to come alongside and help those kids, give them the practice times and keep them working at getting goals and making goals and setting goals. You know, it really does take a village to grow a child.
That's a lot of hard work. Lots of reminders. So if someone wants to be involved, if someone wants to come teach guitar or piano or donate, where can they find out how to do that?
Well, they can go to our website at salvationarmyutah.org, or they can call 801-988-4204, and we'll get them hooked up with a volunteer job or a volunteer activity. We need people sorting gifts. We need people collecting toys and gifts. We have toy drives going on every weekend. We have the kettles going on. We have a lot of things just happening that we need volunteers for and can use volunteers all the time.
And that's going to make the season so much better for everyone.
It really does. It's so much better when you give. You know,
Absolutely.
People don't realize, oh, I don't want to get up, I don't want to go out, I don't want to give. But when they get up and go and they make the effort, they come back having received so much more than they feel they have given. But the ones that receive it have received a great deal as well. But it's great to give and to help others.
Thank you. Thanks for your almost 40 years of service in the Salvation Army.
Thank you for letting us be here.
Here at 11, our goal is to keep you informed about opportunities to help those in need. To learn more about the Salvation Army, please visit KBYU11.org and click on Community Connection. Thanks so much for being with us, and we hope you'll join us next time on Community Connection.